I just wanted a quiet life, you know? A little house, a lawn I didn't have to obsess over, and a decent internet connection for streaming cat videos. After years designing cybersecurity systems for the Pentagon where secrets cost billions and encryption could make your brain hurt, I thought Sunny Hills Estates would be my safe haven. The welcome sign, with its cartoon son wearing shades, practically screamed boring suburban bliss. Spoiler alert, it was anything but. My name's Jake Carter, and if you told me I'd end up in a cyber showdown in a cul-de-sac, I'd have laughed you out of the room. But here we are. It started with Diane Walsh, the HOA president, who showed up at my door before I'd even unpacked. Picture a woman with hair, so permed it could stop a bullet, and a clipboard that might as well have been surgically attached. "Mr. Carter," she said, her voice dripping with the kind of passive aggression that could curdle milk. "Your mailbox is a tad ambitious." Section 7, Paragraph 3, Subbullet AA of our covenant states, mailboxes must not exceed 42 inches from the ground. I stared at the mailbox. It looked like a mailbox. "It came with the house," I said, instantly regretting it. Diane's eyebrow arched like it was plotting my demise. Pre-VYS owner noncompliance is no excuse, Mr. Carter. Uniformity keeps Sunny Hills sunny. She rattled off more rules: beige garden hoses only. Wind chimes basically mewed before mentioning her pride and joy. The community Wi-Fi. A connecty VY tie and safety initiative I spearheaded, she said, her eyes glinting like a hawk spotting prey. My Pentagon-honed instincts didn't just tingle, they screamed. I kept my main to VYCS off her network, citing old-school security habits. Diane looked at me like I'd admitted to churning my own butter. But the whispers started at a block party, where Diane patrolled with her clipboard like a general. Mrs. Lillian, a sweet grandma obsessed with her prize roses, pulled me aside by the congealing potato salad. "Jake, it's the strangest thing," she whispered. "I was telling my sister on the phone inside my house about my roses looking droopy." Next day, Diane slides a rose care pamphlet under my door with a note. "Heard this might help, dear." Her hand shook. Then Tom, a frazzled graphic designer from down the street, chimed in. "Last week, I griped to my wife about a client wanting a logo more coral than peach. Next morning, Diane stops me and says, 'Tom, a hint of blue really pops in coral.' It's creepy, man." The pattern was clear. Diane knew things she shouldn't. Try VYL, sure, but under VYing. Curiosity and a lifetime of paranoia got me. I fired up an old burner laptop, connected it to Sunny Hills Secure. Ironic name, man. Started digging. The network was a mess. Clumsy port scans, pings, the kind of amateur hacking you'd expect from a kid who watched a hack like a pro tutorial. I set up a honeypot and waited. Soon, Diane's HOA emails got eerily specific. One warned about inflatable lawn decorations, citing a rule I'd never heard of. The kicker? I'd briefly inflated a ridiculous pink flamingo in my basement lab for a camera test on a network, so isolated it might as well have been on Pluto. Then, after CRAVYing a triple-shot mocha with extra caramel from a coffee shop 20 minutes away, Diane ambushed me by the community garden. "Enjoying your usual mocha, Jake?" she purred, eyeing my cup. "I get 5 towns over," I said, my voice tight. She tapped her head with a smug smile. "A good HOA president has excellent hearing." That was it. My blood boiled with righteous fury. That night, my half-assembled IKEA shelf mocked me, but my digital toolkit was wide open. Routing my connection through enough anonymizing hops to look like I was in Antarctica, I cracked the community Wi-Fi. The admin password? Diane Rules HOA. The router's firmware was outdated, full of holes. Then I found the real horror. The routers in residents' homes weren't just routers. They had backdoors for remote microphone activation, all streaming to Diane's cloud storage. She wasn't just sniffing data. She was running a low-budget surveillance state from her floral-curtained Lee VYing room. The Pentagon would have lost it. Her cloud was a gold mine of voyeurism. Snippets of arguments, kids' squabbles, blurry webcam captures triggered by voice commands residents didn't know existed. All filed by Diane, probably to fuel her gossip addiction or catch HOA violations. This isn't snooping. I muttered, staring at Tom's search history therapists and bulk peach paint orders. This is a one-woman NSA powered by free Wi-Fi and an obsession with who's overwatering their lawn. A dangerous grin spread across my face. Game on, Diane. I rallied allies subtly. Tom, while we sorted recycling, admitted the Wi-Fi seemed chatty. I muttered about needing sneakers and boom ads for Nikes, he said. Sarah, a mom with chaotic twins, groaned about Diane's oddly specific parenting tips, like knowing her kids use the couch as a trampoline. Even old Mr. Thompson grumbled Diane knew too much for someone who wouldn't know a megabyte from a meatball. I documented everything. IP addresses, Diane's outdated spy software, net 99,000 seriously, her laughable password, Diane Secrets 123. I was building a legal takedown, not just a prank. First, I fortified my home network. I called Dave's data and cabling, and poor Dave nearly had a stroke over my requests. Shielded Cat8 cables, a Faraday cage for the router, a dedicated power supply. For TikTok, I said solemnly. My cat, Whiskers, hates buffering. Dave muttered about doomsday bunkers, but the job got done. My house was a digital fortress. Then came Operation Chaos. I fed Diane's network absurd data VY on my burner laptop. Searches like can squirrels commit tax fraud and tinfoil hats for blocking HOA presidents. I blasted Klingon opera, fake email drafts about lawn flamingo ballet tryouts. Even a self-help tape called Embrace Your Inner Traffic Cone. Diane unraveled. Her HOA meetings turned wild. Some residents, she declared, eyes twitching, are forming alliances with mole people. VY OLADing Section 9. The room murmured in confusion. Tom choked on his coffee. I sipped my water, feigning innocence. Diane doubled down, installing shadier software and a rooftop antenna aimed at my house. She's Icarus with pirated software, I chuckled. Her sloppiness was my opening. When she flagged my rose fertilizer research as bomb-making and called the cops, Officer Ryan showed up. Fertilizer and catapults, he said, unimpressed. Just bird-feeding tech, I winked. He left, but a report was filed. Diane's first misstep on record. The Sunny Hills annual picnic was her stage, her Super Bowl of petty rulemaking. I volunteered for AV setup, slipping a mini computer behind a sad ficus. I planted a fake memo about a manure plant near Diane's dream garden, uploaded to a leaked folder. At the picnic, as Diane droned about recycling, I saw her tablet hit the bait. My grin turned predatory. Gotcha. I trigger my program. The projector flickered, and instead of her lawn slideshow, a title blazed, Sunny Hills Wi-Fi, What Diane Really Knows. The crowd hushed. With cartoonish sound effects, Boeing's Cuckoo's Me presentation exposed her data streams to Diane's bunker, net nanny screenshots, my fake llama queries, and her mole people email. Laughter erupted. Then, a live capture of her downloading the manure memo. I dropped my voice modulator, speaking calmly over the PA. Diane's been tracking Mrs. Lillian's bingo scores and Tom's paint orders. Tonight, she couldn't resist a manure plant memo. Could you, Diane? Diane turned beet red, stammering about Russian hackers. The crowd roared laughter, then fury. Tom called 911 per our plan. Officer Ryan and his partner, Officer Lopez, arrived. This is more than fertilizer, Mrs. Walsh, Ryan said, eyeing the projector. I handed over a USB drive. Logs, timestamps, her weak passwords, I said. Diane was escorted out, ranting. The HOA impeached her on the spot. Someone played Ding Dong. The witch is dead. A bit much, but it worked. I became the reluctant hero, fixing the Wi-Fi into a secure, community-run network. The new HOA president, Ellen, a chill librarian, cared about vegetables, not spying. Sunny Hills felt sunny. Mrs. Lillian's roses bloomed. Mr. Thompson's wind chimes clanged. And my mailbox? Still a smidge off. Some fights aren't worth it. Diane? Facing felony charges and terrified of Wi-Fi. Lesson learned, I hope. So what do you think? Was Diane just a nosy busybody or a wannabe dictator? Should Jake have exposed her publicly or gone straight to the cops? Could you forgive an HOA snoop? Or is privacy non-negotiable? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more wild tales.